world. Figured I'd try out this Skyblock thing that I saw on the mod workshop. Now, you do need to download the Not Enough Sand mod, which is, it says it's for, 1.18, but I managed to get it working here on 1.19, so it seems like it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to randomly select a character here, and I may need to change settings manually. What the fuck, jeez. If they're not good enough, and I may need to cheat some things. And this is so one of the reasons I'm doing this, I've tried this once before in a prior version, and yeah, it was smirk. Fine. What should I be? It was kind of workable, but not really. And I do need to change my sound settings. I realized that. Ooh, should I do the rest mage with the rest mod? I'm trying to think what is most likely to be useful. Let's do this one. I'm going to do the rest mage. Okay, so I had to remap my thing here, and here I'm going to change the sound settings. Okay, there, you should be able to hear that now. Very good. So we're up and running. We're starting this, and it is nighttime, interestingly enough. Although it looks to be... yeah, it's like late night. Not early. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got 3 cattails, 1 bamboo, a stack of clay, 11 gears, 5 carrots. Interesting. A book about this mod. Let's start with that. By Dejfid Off. Oh. I did this differently. Whatever. I've got it working, so it's not a big deal. I know it's really hard to see. It's going to be fine to see in just a minute, but I'm just collecting all the flint I see around here. Because this is Skyblock, and pardon me, I'm just going to... what's the field of view here? Okay, and we do have ripe berry bushes here. And it looks like they're on the edge of the thing. Okay, so I want to wait just a minute until it's light out, but let me start out by... yeah, let's make... I gotta be thoughtful here. And we do have blueberry, pumpkin. Ooh, nice, there's pumpkin. And basalt boulders. I'm gonna leave these berries on the bush for now. Let me grab this pumpkin. I'm gonna immediately make the pumpkin into seeds. Because otherwise it'll just spoil. Might as well get something useful out of it. We have a beehive. Let's see where... and I do have that buzz mod. Oh, it looks like the beehive's right here, actually. Oh, yeah. Okay. So... can you grow wild vines? I can't remember. See, I'm doing this with the one mod they certainly recommended, which is Not Enough Sand, but I've got a whole bunch of other mods. And it looks like the red apple tree is going to be ripe in less than a day as well. So that's good. Let's just put this in here. So we've got, for crops, we've got 1 lettuce, 1 pumpkin, and 4 flax. We could probably buy more at the, I'm guessing, agriculture trader. Yeah, because this mod pack is designed to have traders, so... and we're at 111 height. Curious why the world map has these little ridges. Are those clouds? Not really sure what that's about. I mean, I assume if I jumped off, I would die in the void. So, because that's how Minecraft Skyblock works. Okay, so I've changed the map. I'd have to restart for it to take, but because this map is just not giving a lot of... it's very unclear. In fact, let's go ahead and restart because the void is colored the same as the dirt there, and I don't like that at all. So I'm going to restart so we can get the map that accurately shows. Now, that's not to say that the new map is bad. It's just not my preference. I always change it. Let me just get this camera better. Okay. So, while we're waiting, I guess, let me think about what the strategy should be. So we're going to have to harvest this oak tree pretty quickly to get moving with resources. I think that's... I mean, we're talking about renewable resources, right? And the not enough sand mod, let me just show you that. You can now put pebbles in the grid and get one gravel block. You can put craftable clay. By the way, I'm going to have to turn this off probably when I resume my main world. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have to... I don't know how to do this, but I guess it's just a way of getting more resources than would otherwise... Oops, I guess I can't say a Discord thing. It's just a way of getting more resources is basically what it is. So, we're going to resume now. Oh yeah, and I have the trail mod. That could be inconvenient. Yeah, but I don't have any way of... I'm going to be digging most of this dirt up anyway. So, I guess first things first. Let me start out by seeing if I can get any kind of acorn. We certainly need sticks as well. I just don't want any of it to fly off the edge is the thing. And I absolutely, like, this is a make or break thing. You absolutely need an acorn from this first tree. So let's just try to get one before anything else. And frankly, I'd like two, at least. Because then we can expand tree production. I mean, it's going to take a number of days to grow the next tree anyway. So this is going to be all we have for a while. And it looks like the settings are such that the... maybe the hunger bar goes down more slowly or something. It's hard to say exactly. We got a lag spike. Oh. Tell you what though, that color accurate world map, for all of its glory, is not doing a good job with the void. I mean, that looks horrible, but I guess... I don't know. It's hard to say if I like that worse or better. Okay, here's the problem. I think it's conceivable that I would lose these flowers if I step on them with the my trails mod. Now, unlike Minecraft, the dirt in this will grow back, or the grass will, just no matter what you do. But I'm just gonna harvest up these flowers so I don't lose any. So I'm guessing it's going to be hard to get more flowers. And I have already basically run out of storage. I guess I'll just keep them on my person for now. But now I don't have to worry about like trampling the flowers because I've got all the relevant flowers. Tell you what though, I can tell that it's going to be an issue if I don't harvest this tall grass while I have a chance. So let's do that. And I do have the achievements mod, so it's giving me an artificial, you know, achievement there for getting a stone tool. Alright, so we'll get... Did that fall? Yeah, I think that fell right off the edge. Okay, so that's the danger, of course, with any of this. We're going to have enough grass, not for a bed, but for a torch and a fire. Okay. So that's pretty good for grass for now. Let's, again, keep trying to get an acorn. You know, so like in Minecraft, it's fairly well documented how to do Skyblock. and how to optimize it, really. This is going to be different. This is going to be a learning experience, and it may not have a good solution. You know, there may be limited outcomes possible, you know. Yeah, and I guess, well, first of all, I'm noticeably having trouble. Seems to be wolves over there. Having trouble getting an acorn. That's very concerning. I mean, I guess at this point, even if I just got one, that would be reassuring. But the problem is that I don't want to... I think I want to maybe expand my platform a little bit before, if possible, I knock this tree out. So how about we maybe start doing cobblestone? So here's what we're going to do for cobblestone. It might be a luxury for me to be building the shovel, but I think we're going to be okay. Because I think there's a way to get flint pretty easily with the not enough sand mod. Oh, whoops, I meant to do a shovel. That's okay, we're going to need that axe anyway. But anyway, so with, unlike Minecraft where the cobblestone generator is crucial and very, you know, let's say sensitive to how you place it, this one is going to be less that way. And actually, let's, before we do even the cobblestone generator, let me just do, not, you know, for the sake of nothing. Oh, there's a chest. Huh. Wow, okay. So let me lean this here and this here. I was gonna put water here, but that seems like a poor idea now. I'll put water here. Because, unlike Minecraft, you can get infinite water from a single space. And then I think I'm kind of torn on this, but I'm just trying to think what the best place for the cobblestone generator to be would be. And the problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to move lava. I think once I place this, it's pretty much stuck in the world wherever I set it. And it's just bizarre that I have it at all. So I guess... And I do want to save pretty much all of this dirt. Although I think there's a way to craft more dirt later. And we do have a rift forming. I mean, that's going to be a big part of our linen production. I really should get these cattails down as quick as possible, too. And that's medium fertility soil, just for the record. And this looks all to be medium fertility. Let's see. Clay. Torch holder. Well, I'll come back to that. I'm going to leave that there for now. So I think, you know, the easiest and safest thing might be to put the lava just like right here. With the understanding that we may have to like build an infrastructure around it later. And then, you know, the way you do it in Minecraft is you put a little divot that goes 2 down right here. Oh, and that's a high fertility soil. Wow. Okay, actually, before I do anything else, let me just borrow. Yeah, it looks like there's an entire layer of high fertility soil down here. Let me just kind of explore this. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, I think. Yeah, we're going to get as much of this high fertility soil out of here for now as possible before we make our cobblestone generator. That way we can use this for farms in a minute. How far does this go? It keeps going? Okay. So it looks like it goes in the interior only, and it doesn't go... There's like a protective layer on the outside. Okay, so I'm just gonna maybe stop. Well, no, let's just get it all. Why not? Yeah, there's quite a bit of it. So I'm just gonna mostly keep this in storage, I think. And there's the water. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down there to stop the water. Okay, and I have to stop here lest I remove my black currant bushes. It looks like it does go all the way to the edge here. Actually, it goes to the edge here too. Oh, no, that's medium fertility. It just looks weird. Why does that look so weird? Well, it's because the top might be... Oh, whatever. So to the extent that I can, I'm going to try to replace these blocks here. Like that. And let's finish this process by getting these out from this side. Let's see, we need a couple more. That one and this one. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fill these back in. And then we need to use the rest of this medium fertility soil to carve out our cobblestone generator, which is going to be like this. Water. Okay, we need one more. I'll borrow this one. Okay, so I think that is going to basically be good enough. Let me also, just for the sake of making this a little bit more accessible, put a little ramp here. In fact, we'll just kind of do that all over the place. Oh, and I need to get this tree back rooted down in the ground, so let's borrow these. And we're about to use up our shovel. That's probably fine. Our flint tools stayed right where they needed to be. Okay, so now that tree should be secure. Alright. I think we're ready to put in the cobblestone. Oh, I had two more. Yeah, let's get these just in the ground randomly. Okay, so we'll grab both of these. So, look, this may not be optimal. We may, if we run into, like, a impossibility, you know, I'll note it, and then I'll probably restart the game. I'll use the creative mode to fix whatever impossibility I run into. But here we go. Let's try this. And that's what we expect. We expect it to flow. Alright, that's now stable. And then we can go like this. Okay, it's not doing anything. Let me try this. Okay. So we actually have obsidian, which is... I don't know how that works, honestly. But let's use this pickaxe they gave us to start with. I mean, I'll definitely take obsidian since we're almost out of flint. Okay. I had to kind of cheat the physics there to get down and get it. So am I gonna get actual stone though? Let me try this. See, the mechanics of lava and such in this game are so different. There's basalt. Okay, so that's weird. I don't understand that. But I guess if I can get obsidian and basalt, hell yeah. Out of curiosity, can you make obsidian into cobblestone at all? Not really. You can make it into path, which could be useful for connecting the islands, but you can't really make it into cobblestone. I could make it barren soil using that mod, but I would need bauxite and chert pebbles, or something. You know, I need pebbles and powdered of the same, or of, yeah, I would just need a combination of stone, pebbles, and powder, plus crushed sandstone, I guess. What I'm really getting at is, I think this setup is good for getting a bunch of obsidian, but it's not good, it's not optimal for getting tons of basalt. But let's just get some. Okay, so we've got 16 basalt, 30 obsidian. Now, let me take a look at the basalt. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do cairns. That's part of the trail mod. That's so cool. I love that. Okay, but anyway. Let's see. We could do 2 slabs with, if we have clay, or we can do the normal 2 blocks with a lot less basalt, or with a lot more basalt required. That being said, I'm inclined, if I'm going to use the clay, which is a limited resource at this time, I'm inclined to do those for now. Now, and I do have 20 nuggets over here. I already have a hammer, so I have the ability to make another object if I were to make a forge. Or no, I'd need a fire with charcoal. I need charcoal for sure. And then maybe a forge, but probably just, what do you call it? Probably just like a mold. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So, and what I'm very tempted to do is start replacing stuff around my generator. Let me see if I can get rid of these flowers. Just taking up space. Okay. So, and then this bonus chest had a shovel head in it. Where'd my sticks go? Did I put my sticks away? I did. By the way, I think, if you really think about it, there are 40... Yeah, there's 47 high fertility soil. That means it should be a calculation of 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 30. 3, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, minus 1 for the chest. So that's exactly the right number of high fertility soil we should have. Okay, so what we're going to do is that... Whoops. Okay, I may have ruined the game. If I did, I'm just going to cheat another thing of lava in, because I don't feel like restarting. I was trying to do that, for whatever it's worth. Oh no, the lava's still there. Okay, so it looks like you can't, at least compared to Minecraft, not nearly as easily fuck up your game like that. So the lava is like trapped in this basalt for now, which is kind of convenient because then I can, I'll use the time to continue working on getting this dirt out, basically. Okay, cool. So let's use just a tiny bit more clay here. I do need more basalt. But let's continue getting as much dirt as we can conveniently out. Did I get that, or did it pop down? I think it popped down below. Okay, yep, I got it there. Okay. So this one might be trickier. So I'm going to put that there for now. That way if the dirt doesn't, if it doesn't stay on, I've got this buffer. Okay, so now I can get that. And I think I'm going to start putting these in here as well. There's a lot of medium fertility soil. Probably I'm being overly paranoid about keeping that together, but better safe than sorry. Also, I just realized that unlike Minecraft where you have to use the water trick to get down below the platform, here I can use ladders, can't I? Yeah, so we could just kind of do something like this. And, should be good. Okay, so let's get another group of basalt blocks. Alright, so let me continue this process. That way I'm building a shell around the outside while also scaling down conveniently like that. And now we can get these blocks without risk. Although the water's kind of inconvenient here. Alright. See, there's the risk mitigation right there. And frankly, I can get these too. Although I'm going to have to put more basalt there, and we're going to need to reactivate the old generator to do that. I don't mind if liquids flow over the side, though, for now. It's not like they're going to destroy anything, so let's go ahead and get a little bit more basalt going. I might lose some material. Okay, and I've lit myself on fire. Okay. Oh yeah, and I've got my campaign cartographer mod on. What is this? High fertility soil, okay. So I'm just deleting the flower and high fertility soil marks. We don't need any of that. Okay. So let's get generating more basalt. That's a lot of basalt. Okay, good. And it's useful having this dirt to work with, so let's go like so, and then now we can grab up this. Can leave that there temporarily. Actually, I could leave this in place. I need that to be basalt anyway, or non-dirt block anyway. I don't see why I don't just leave it raw like that. Same with those, I guess. Actually, I could form quite the little shell using the basalt water technique. I lost one there. But anyway, I think I will continue using cobblestone when I can, with the understanding that it may become prudent to just do more of the basic kind of plain stone. Okay, so I'm just surrounding the water now with stone. I suppose you wouldn't have to do this, by the way. If you're comfortable using dirt for your cobblestone generator, you absolutely can. It's just, I feel like this is a good opportunity to make progress in the process of getting all the resources off this first starting island. Alright, so now we're going to resume the generator. I had to jump out of the way there, otherwise I would have taken damage from the lava. Okay, and it's still a little bit nerve-wracking, just like it is on Skyblock to work on the edge like this, but if you're an experienced player, you kind of get over that. Okay, we have enough for 2 more. Kind of concerned about budgeting clay usage. Again, I'm sure there's a way to make clay using that mod. I just don't know how to do it yet, so I'm paranoid about it until I get to that stage. Okay, so now we're at the very bottom layer, and the way to get lower than that easily, I probably didn't need to put all 6 there. Yeah, and there's lava still making its way down to the void there. Oh boy, this is nerve-wracking. Holy shit, this is nerve-wracking. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a layer of cobblestone at this layer, and then I'm going to completely cradle the entire island in that with at least 1 cobblestone sticking out along the entire edge, so that no matter what we do with this generator or anything with the tree or whatever, we always catch everything. We don't lose anything unless we specifically allow for that. Let me get this one first. Oh, actually, this seems to be a bit of a groove. Okay, this is so weird. I don't know the difference between the basalt and the cobbles, or the regular stone. And how that mechanic is generated, honestly. I just don't know. All I know is I can sit here and do this all day long and get infinite basalt stone, basically. And we're going to need quite a bit of it, too. The only question I would have, should I switch over to slabs? I get 2 by using 3 stones, whereas full blocks, you have to use 8 and get 2. So it's like more than 2 to 1 more efficient. I think I probably should. But only down there. Only at the very bottom, I think, for now. Okay, that'll be fine for now. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll make some slabs. 42, it turns out. And then I'll make a couple more full blocks. I'm gonna need more storage. I'll just throw those there for now. Okay. So the full blocks I'll use here. And then this, ooh, and a little bit of an adrenaline rush there. I thought I was falling. All right, so down here, again, nerve-wracking, but I guess we have to decide, should we use bottom slabs or top slabs? I think I'll go with bottom slabs. No, I'll do top slabs. It's conceivable there'll be an issue with drifters spawning at some point, but this will give me more options for building, and frankly, I can address the drifters in a different manner at some point. That was a mistake there to do that one, but I think it's fine. That was just kind of a dummy thing I was placing anyway. The main things I need to place are these ones here. Shit, I just realized, how am I gonna... I need like a scaffold platform. let's see, that's full block 2. Okay, so this is going to be my scaffolding platform that I can work from. Can I stand on that yet? No. Okay, I think I can come up here. This has gotten more complicated than I anticipated. I might have... Maybe it was better... Oops. Oh, shit. That's what I meant to do. Okay. So this is my scaffolding platform where I'm going to be able to stand and build my cradle, my rock cradle. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Hopefully recover most of them. Okay, very good. And now I can get this one. Okay, cool. We didn't actually lose any, surprisingly. Okay, here's our scaffolding platform. So now the object is to get, you know, a layer of slabs on the bottom of this whole thing. We have, shoot, a decent number. I'm gonna do that a number of times because slab placement in this game is very sensitive. But again, this is just scaffolding, so it doesn't need to be perfect. I need to reach there, and I need to reach diagonally one more. So I'm gonna go like this. Actually, we need to be on the outside, don't we? Okay, so that's the corner. And those are the ones we need, but then now I have to go over here. And I can always duck in this corridor even though it's less than 2 full blocks because I have the ability to hold shift like I'm currently doing. Okay, so that is the cradle layer. And now we have the ability to just kind of do this. And using the scaffolding, I'm just going to go out here a little bit more. Okay. And that is all we can do for now. But as you can see, the technique appears to be working. Okay, and we can just go up the ladder there and come back up here, and we're safe and sound. Okay, very good. And now we'll just, you know, repeat this process. The one thing I'm curious, though, and I probably should figure out before too long, is how do we... How do we make... Okay, so we can do pebbles by using a hammer on a gravel. How do we get gravel? When we use pebbles. How do we get pebbles? Oh, okay. So we can use the stone block itself with the hammer. Okay, so now we've got gravel, basically. Okay, so now what do we do with the gravel? We have gravel. Gold amalgam. Oh, that's interesting. We can do gold extraction later. And I can sift the gravel. So, tell you what, I really do need to get this tree down. What if I temporarily just accepted having a medium soil kind of extension here? I think that's what we're going to do. So to the extent that this tree has kind of a profile, I'm going to make an imperfect medium... Oh, there's the music. A little medium soil extension. I'm going to accept that there as fine. Get a couple more out here, maybe. Okay. I'm going to use the last 5 of these. Like so. Okay. Now, let's... I'm going to just... I don't know if we need them, but I'm going to save the vines. Actually, we can put them on that. Okay, so I think we've got all the vines that I can see. Can I climb the... I don't even know what... obviously, we can use the vines to make rope, but... Is there any other purpose? I remember that devlog said something about adding more vines. I was like, what's the point? Like, let's get these out. Like, is there a way of growing vines is really what I'm asking. I don't think there is, so we just have more to start with, and we're never going to get more. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Using our axe, I'm going to bust this tree up starting right here. Actually, maybe I'll start higher, because I'm not sure this axe is going to get everything, so let me try starting here. Now, we're just going to hope and pray that we get an acorn. If we don't, we'll have to cheat one in. I suppose, if I really wanted to be technical about it, I would stand on a ladder and do this until I got one. So I guess let's do that. I mean, you can already tell that this extension here is playing a role in preserving resources. In fact, let me get more ladders. And throw that in there as well. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to crawl up pretty tall, and we're just going to break a bunch of leaf blocks until we get an acorn. And once I get a single acorn, I'm just going to break the rest and hope we get more. It's just, I can't be that guy that like takes the lazy way out and doesn't even try to get an acorn first. So we're going to do this the right way. This is the right way. Frankly, if I were being really, really paranoid, I would have built a larger exterior platform, but this one that I have is pretty good, the medium soil extension. But we need to get rolling on some stuff, and this wood is important. Frankly, we could be using the wood to build our platform too, now that we need the basalt to get away from the cobblestone generator, which has lava. You know, the wood would not do well there, but once we get away from that, we can use wood all the time. But it's a question of like, I'm going to have to determine which is the better way to go. And I'm going to have to determine how to make clay. Let's see. No acorn, it looks like. Oh, 2 acorns. I stand corrected. Okay. So now that we have 2 acorns, I'm going to go ahead and risk chopping the tree down. Let me go ahead and put those in there. And this tall grass, I'm going to preserve this. We don't have much storage, so I'm just going to do that put that away. Okay. Again, I'm going to start up here, work our way down. And I do have the tooltip up there. It's got the percentage of resistance left. Okay, here we go. Looks like pretty much everything fell onto the tree itself. Let me just go. Yeah, and I have 4 acorns now, which is bananas. Okay, one more above this hive we'll get, and then we can put this back away. Alright. So now let's get all these logs picked up. We've got quite a few. We've got a total of 5 acorns, which is more glorious than I possibly could have expected. Oh yeah, I don't even have enough room in my inventory for all this. We don't have a saw yet, do we? Damn. Okay, so I think what I need to do... Trying to think here. I guess I could go into metalworking. I don't have a saw, right? I just simply don't have access to a saw. Right. So I think what I would have to do is I would have to pour ingot molds and make a crucible and get a forge. And I would need an anvil, wouldn't I? That's going to take forever. And probably requires more clay than we have. So the reality is I'm not going to get a saw anytime soon. So what purpose do these serve? Firewood, I guess? And just log blocks. Alright, for now I'm gonna go ahead and use these to build a little extension here just to get rid of them from my inventory. We'll pick these up later and process them. But we got to be careful about fire over here. And then yeah, for the remaining, I mean, first of all, let me start planting these. Do every other. Alright, so we've got 5 oak trees planted. They're going to sprout in less than a day. They're probably going to go fairly quick, but I'm guessing these are somewhat long days. Alright, so now... Tell you what, we're going to need to do this anyway. Let's just get it done. Let's get a... We need ingots. We need an anvil. And I do have X skills, so I am getting credit for any sort of clay working I do. Okay, there we go. Anvil mold is always an exercise in utilizing your 3x3 creatively, which in my opinion is always faster than duplicating a layer pretty much all the time, unless it's an extraordinarily complicated layer. But I'm going to use the 1x1 for this part, of course. And then I'll use the duplicate layer for that part as well. Got a little carried away there. Let's just go ahead and switch to the 1x1. I think it's easier at this point. And we only have 6. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's done now. So I think I can get these both done with the 6 that we have. Maybe. Okay, so we did get it done. Let's grab this clay and combine it and put it in storage. Speaking of storage, that would be, if I had more clay, I'd have the ability to do a storage vessel, but I don't. Okay, so for pit kilns, let's just use here and here, and then alright, so that's our vine area. I think what we can do is borrow these now. Yeah. Can I borrow? Nope. Oh, we did lose one. Okay. Okay, that's the first dirt I've lost. That was my bad. That was part of my extension platform that was designed to prevent losing resources. Whoops. Okay, so I need that, that, that. I need one more there. Can I borrow this one? I think so. Okay, so I think we've got valid pit kilns there. I think I can do one with the current amount of grass that I have. And by the way, I can restore these to health by not walking on them and by like replacing them over time. But let's just get, is it 10 or 9 of these that you need? I can't remember. I need 10. Okay, I'm just gonna put these here. Probably didn't need to put those at the edge of my precarious platform, but oh well. All right, let's have something to eat finally. Let's see how much this gives me. 1 harvest of this bush. Probably could go with a second helping there. And yes, I am very excited to get over to the trader, for sure. Okay, so now, let's see. What do we want to do? So we need to get 1 more grass. Right. Oh, wait. Yeah, 1 more. Yeah, but it needs to be one of the ones that is... There's one right there. Sweet. Oh, I want that boulder, too. I forgot about that boulder. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this pit kiln for now. We're going to have to get the other one in a little bit. There's that. And then let's... Did I throw anything over here that... Okay, I was wondering if I was going to have something to spawn. Use that to make firewood. And... yeah, the only thing I'm missing for the other pit kiln is going to be grass. But might as well start this one. Which means we have to make a fire now, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, shit. Okay, so we're going to have to wait until grass grows again. So I guess that means we can do a little bit more work with our platform. So I'm just going to do a little bit of cobblestone mining. Maybe try to end up with something that's divisible by 3. Okay, so this looks pretty promising. Okay, so that's probably good enough for now. Yeah, so if I get my platform built out, you see, look at that, that's nice. If I get the platform built out more, I can go ahead, there's a meteoric expansion sound. I can be more comfortable removing the dirt and stuff and then maximizing it for growing everything from trees to grass and everything in between. So we're going to go ahead and do more of that today. Coming down to our scaffold. Always a little bit paranoid when I come down there. Okay, this is actually good enough to get all the way over there. So let's focus on the edges. See, I could have done this. I could make the scaffolding my cradle, couldn't I? Jesus, why don't I just do that? It seems a lot simpler. Okay, let's just do that. It seems like, because I've already got it like halfway done. Alright, well, I'm officially an idiot, but that's okay. See if I can salvage a few of these. I'm going to lose some. That's okay. Frankly, I can maximize how many I salvage by adding layers of it to itself. Yeah, because the reason we had to do the scaffolding was because we didn't have vision on part of the platform. You couldn't extend it from itself because you couldn't see it. So now that we're on the scaffolding where we can see everything, it makes just... I already spent more resources on the scaffolding itself than the actual thing. Why not just make the thing the thing? The scaffolding the thing. So, yeah, this is actually going to work out good. Oh, that scared me. Yeah, we lost a couple, but that's okay. And I suppose, and I'm very happy to have what we have, but I'm looking forward to that being more comprehensive. But I do need to figure out how to do clay now. So let's figure this out before I run out of clay completely. Clay is water plus soil powdered. Okay, how do I powder something? By grinding crushed something. How do I crush something? I use a shovel on sand. Or by crushing with a pulverizer. How do I get sand? I use crushed phyllite. Okay. I see a pattern there. So do I really need a pulverizer to make that happen? So I guess the question would be this. Is there anything that I can do to get sand without having crushed? And I need a pulverizer to crush it. Ingredient from barren soil. Barren soil is made crushed. So yeah, there's just two ways, and one is to have the sand itself, and one is to use a pulverizer on the pebbles. The pebbles I can get by crushing stone. Actually, hold on. Let me just, I think maybe I'm reading this wrong. Let me just get a few more basalts here real quick, just to experiment. Nice laser sounds there. Okay. So let's take this and try hammering it. So we can get pebbles. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 pebbles. Now, we know that 4 pebbles turn into gravel. But what if I were to try to crush that with a hammer? I can't do that. Okay. What if I were to try to use a shovel on the pebbles? No? In fact, let me just... It pulverizes into crushed. And it's used to make gravel. Shovel on gravel. Hammer on stone, right? So... Oh, and I can make an obsidian hammer, apparently. Oh no, that was a black bronze. That's okay. I thought I saw an obsidian hammer. I was like, I didn't know you could do obsidian hammers. You cannot. Okay, so here's something I could do. Oh, let me also... I'm just gonna put these here. Yeah, I still need grass, by the way, so I'm trying hard not to trample on this stuff over here, at least. This is pretty much already path, which is crazy. There is a mod that allows me to get... Oh, actually, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so, forgot about this. I can make a pan. I can pan for stuff with this gravel. Alright, let's do that. There's your pan for panning. Okay. Put that away. And I think what we'll get ultimately from panning gravel is I believe we will get possibly some metal, but more importantly, I believe we're going to get some stones back, which means in some sense, if depending on the trade rate, it's going to be a semi-infinite resource. Let me just... I'm going to make like a bunch of this into firewood. I'm going to maybe save... Yeah, that's fine. Save 4. Okay, so now we'll put that away and we'll put these. I'm just going to put them right here. And that way we can just knock one out if we need one later. Okay. So, panning. I now have a little bit of inventory space. And we've got 2 gravels. And I do have the auto pan mod, so let's just use that. And I've only got 2 panable blocks in range, so I think we're good. And we've already gotten 1 piece of basalt. There's 2. And again, I think if we got 4, so that's 3. If we got 4 out of each gravel, that would be a self-fulfilling mechanic. And even if we only got a little bit less than that, it would be... And there's 4 right there, so we're already breaking even on that one first block of gravel, and we haven't got to the second one yet. Alright, that's the first grab from the second one, so we need to get 4 stones from this at least, but it'd be great if we can get some clay, or some metal, or whatever. Clay in general would be fantastic. We're definitely not breaking even on this one. It appears that we have a massive deficit with the basalt stones. We used up the whole block here now, and we'll only got... I mean, we got 1 copper nugget, so I'm not going to be... And we got 2 copper nuggets. Okay, so that's it for that. So we got 2 copper nuggets, 4 basalt stones, and a flint, I believe. Which, I don't mind getting the flint, although eventually the basalt, or the obsidian is going to take the place of the flint. Alright, so I'll just put that in there for now. So let's just keep using this technique and see how it goes. I think this has a lot of potential. And it's a good thing to do while we wait for the grass to grow. I'm literally waiting for grass to grow. That's like a meme, right? That's like a idiom. It's like watching paint dry, watching grass grow. Alright, here we go. So I'll let that auto pan for a minute. I'm going to run to my kitchen real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. You know, I just realized that there might be a temporal storm at some point, and that is going to be a bitch to deal with at this point in the game. I may have to, like, really build up some sort of infrastructure to stave that off a little bit and make it a lot easier to fight. Really turn the tables. Like, make it so only one drifter at a time can get to me, and I'll have to, like, make a bunch of spears. It'll be a pain in the ass. I'm really not looking forward to that, to be honest. Alright, this technique seems to be working. We seem to be getting some good stuff. Like, the gears are going to be great. The flint is going to be okay. I'll keep making flint tools. Kind of like how in Minecraft Skyblock you have to keep making cobblestone tools. This is the equivalent of that, I suppose. And I do love the sifting mechanic. I think it's a fun part of this game. A useful part of this game, and it certainly makes sense in a thing like Skyblock, because it's a mechanic that's designed to give you resources out of marginal base materials. So really what I'm doing is I'm converting 20 basalt stones plus a little bit of hammer durability, very little, into whatever I get here, which we don't even know the extent of, because my guess is there's a couple of things in the water that I don't have room in my inventory for already. Speaking of inventory, I really need to get the cattails planted. We just got a clay. That's exciting. That is huge, because I was worried about running out of clay, and now we have a surefire way of getting more clay from our cobblestone generator. It takes a minute, and thank God for this auto sifting mod. The automatic sifter mod. You know, there is a mod that I also have that, and we're out of material, that I have that. Yeah, see, I knew there was gonna be other stuff there. Can I put this? No. Oh, I can put that on the ground. That's cool. Okay, so that's not a bad haul. We did get a sphalerite that time, in addition to the copper, in addition to the gears. So we're now at 7 copper there. That's not to say nothing of. We do have bismuth here. Sweet. I can actually make bismuth bronze with the sphalerite if we get a little bit more. And I can't put the stuff back in there yet. Okay. So let me just consolidate the copper into here. This I will definitely want to start keeping clear quartz because we're going to make a lantern at some point. I suppose what I should do is I should consider where I want to put my torch holders because it's going to be nighttime at some point. Let's put one. No, we can't put it there. Can we put it on top? No. Tell you what, let's I'm going to put one here. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just borrow this fella, and we'll put this right on top of the beehive. And I'll use it as a place to put the torch holder. So just put that right up there. Okay. And then we'll put this guy right back there. Okay, so waiting on grass to grow. I'm going to start building a layer of high fertility soil out this direction. This will obviously require more scaffolding before I ever consider destroying it or using it for anything other than extending the platform. But the reason I'm doing this is to get possibly more grass growing. And we'll see how quickly the grass grows out there. Okay. We will also be farming relatively soon, but we're not ready to do that yet. I need a single grass to light this fire. I need multiple grass to even consider doing the ingot mold, so we're a ways away on that yet. Did I get that boulder? Not yet. Okay. I'm so reluctant to walk over there. Tell you what, let's... Oh yeah, I've got the clay right there. As useless as this is in the long term, I think I will get these blocks back. I'm just using this as a method of getting over to this basalt. Ironically, I spent 6 basalt stones to get 3, but oh well. I do think I will get those back. I did ruin 1 dirt block there a little bit. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and make these into a couple more. But ultimately we need more basalt. And I'm basically what I'm less concerned about the clay situation, even though it would take forever to get more clay through panning. It is viable on in the short run. And I've already made the anvil template and 1 ingot mold, which, you know, it'd be nice to have more ingot molds, but I tell you what, even just 1 or the 2 that I made is enough for, you know, kind of scarce resource situation. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take what we have and convert it to... Actually, let's... Yeah. I'll do 3 of those, and the rest we'll do into gravel. And that hammer durability is going down, so we do have to keep that in mind. And we're going to have to figure out metal tools, because I know, first of all, I know there's metal under this platform. In fact, we saw some of it. Oh, and it is getting dark out. Boy, it'd be nice to get that torch. Let me just check something. So I'm looking at growth speed. Sapling growth, 8 food spoil. Climate, land cover. I don't know. It's really hard to say what the growth speed is for grass, but you would think you would think it would be fairly good for high fertility soil. Okay, and this actually gives me a tooltip. It says 188 hours. That is so long. Tell you what, though. I can tell you this. This trail mod definitely ruined quite a bit of my grass. To the point where I almost feel like it would be fair to give myself a little bit of grass. In fact, that absolutely would be fair. So I'm going to go over to creative mode. I'm going to give myself 5 grass. That's the approximate number I think that I probably, I'm back in survival, used or lost to this mod. Now, you just got to be careful with that. Now, you can be careful and not lose all that if you're paying attention, but I wasn't initially, and so that's my bad for sure. But I think I'm also going to allow myself to correct for that out of 2 reasons. First of all, I don't want this to take, I don't want this to be like painfully grindy. Shit. Okay, one more. I'm gonna give myself 1 more grass. Because otherwise, like, what's the point of, like, you're not having fun while I play the game, right? Okay, we're back in survival. Alright, and I've got 2 unlit torches, and I've got 1 grass. Now, I'm going to make the fire somewhere where it's not going to burn down my bushes, my logs, or the grass that we do have. I guess that means right down here, doesn't it? Okay, so that should be safe. So let me grab... And then let me put these in here. I forgot we do have an offhand. Okay, so let's start this fire with the grass that I generously gave myself. And by the way, you'll note that... and the second reason, by the way, so you can see what I'm doing better. But you'll note that the... I didn't use the grass for the pit kiln. I am going to wait out that one. I'm going to grind that one out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're making torches. And we're going to need a crucible too, aren't we? So let me do the crucible before I forget about that, because I believe it's the last thing that I need to really get into what I want to do with metal. Okay, there it is. So pretty cheap recipe, honestly. We may want to make like a bowl or something, but let's go ahead and grab these torches out and get them in our torch holders so that we have light, so you can see. It'd be really nice if I had a bed, but this hasn't even grown yet, which is deeply concerning, actually. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do... And let's get that spear made up. I guess it's nice to have a spear. Tell you what, actually, first let's do that. And then we'll make the spear. And then let's get these cattails in the ground, too. Is there a way that you can grow more cattails? Apparently not. I don't know why they only give you 3. I'm just gonna go like that on the cattails. Okay. So this is gonna go here on that one, not the beehive. And we can finally start putting tools up there. And let me just get my graphics setting. Where's my gamma? We're at max gamma. Seems a lot less bright than I'm used to. Okay, so let's, Jesus, I mean, world config. So I'm looking for, oops, that's not T. Game mode, spawn radius, greatest death, drop down seasons, player lives, lung capacity, days per month, harsh winters, block gravity, cave-ins, underground farming, creature hostility, da 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 da. Yeah. Okay, so we do have global participation, global forestation, global temperature. I'm just looking, is there a setting? Yeah, I don't see any setting that, I'm sure there is a setting, I just don't know what it is. So why would they give us a rope? I guess for oh yeah, we're gonna need tongs. We could make a crude bow as well. I guess let's make the tongs. That seems like a good use of that resource. Eventually we'll get rid of that chest and we'll be able to use that space more. But for now I'll just use that. Okay, so I guess we'll pan. Control X enables auto panning. I think I just got another clay, maybe. Or I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, we're getting plenty of gears, which is nice, because we can use that to buy shit. Once we get to an island. And it's gonna take... Let me try to estimate. So we're here at, like... 111. And this is, yeah, it's like 100. Yeah, it's basically 100 away. So we're gonna need, you know, quite a bit of material to get out to one of these islands. Are we not panning? Did that stop working when I was looking at the map? Let's try again. There's the sound now. And by the way, I thought those apples were supposed to be ripe by now. And we haven't gotten a single basalt stone yet from this. But let's give it some time. There's one. Still kind of hoping for more clay. That's really the fundamentally crucial resource that we don't have a ton of. There's a regular quartz chunk. I can set those on the ground, fortunately, so that's not going to be an issue. But let's just... I'm going to go pee real quick while I'm panning, but let's just hope we get some more good resources. Okay. So I was thinking while I was going pee that it is possible... Ooh, those have all sprouted, my oak trees. It is possible that I need to up the soil recovery rate from the mod that does the trails. That may be part of what's holding me back right now. Let's put that there. Get these in here. I did get one clay there. I also thought, you know, gee, if I get enough resources from panning, if I get enough copper from panning, that whole process will literally pay for itself once I have the infrastructure to make copper tools, which I will, you know, sooner than later, really. So, truly, I'm not that worried about getting caught in a situation where I have no ability to progress or exist. I'm also not worried about food right now. I would be maybe towards winter, but hopefully by then I'll have big enough platforms established that we can get animals to spawn. And in any event, we'll have a nice, productive, high fertility farm. If not Terra Prata at some point. I think it's very conceivable we'd have a Terra Prata farm. And if you do the math, by the way, and calculate how much it would take to do a path out to one of the islands, that math ends up being, you get, for every 3 stones, you get 2 slabs. So every stone I get is 2/3 of a block, basically. So I need 150 stones, because that will give me 100 slabs. So it really doesn't take that much. It's gonna, the main thing is going to be getting the clay, honestly. And that's for stone slabs. That's assuming that I can't get a saw before that, which would give me the ability to do wooden blocks, which would be fine too, and might be more economical. I'm sure they would be more economical than stone slabs. Alright, let's stop there. Let's do half of these into gravel, and then I'll do the rest into, yeah, actually, yeah, that's gonna be pretty close. That gives us quite a few, but it's not enough to get out to an island yet. Okay, but let's get these down here, and maybe we'll get some good stuff during the next panning session. Alright, that's fine. And then, and I know it's hard to see, but I think you can see okay. We gotta decide which island to go to. Maybe that's the decision I'll make in the morning when I can see better, but I'm thinking the most normal looking island is preferable. And they seem to have trees on them too. I'm thinking maybe this one, that looks pretty normal. Although this one looks pretty normal too, and I think I see sand maybe there. So we'll have to like make a decision on that, which one to branch out to. But let's go ahead and resume our panning. Sometimes you have to restart this mod. Or just right click. There we go. And so we're already off to the races with more copper. So yeah, I can tell mathematically that it's just not going to be viable to consider panning itself a self-sustaining activity. We're going to have a net loss of stone, which is fine. We get plenty of stone from the cobblestone generator. So the real economic issue here is getting enough resources, copper or whatever, to make tools that allow us to continue getting more stone from the cobblestone generator. And that's really the calculation. And, you know, these basalt gravel really does seem to have a pretty good drop rate for copper. Let me see if I can find anything online about that. Alright, there is a panning guide online. Okay, and there's code here. Okay. So gravel or sand has the same, I didn't know this, has the same odds. Wow, there's a 1 in 10. That's interesting. Okay. So there's a 1 in 1.6 chance, that's 2/3 chance, a little over half. You're going to get nothing. Then there's a 20% chance that you're going to get a stone. Then there's a 1 in 6.2, 1 in 6 and 2/3 chance. So you might say 3 in 19 chance of getting a native copper nugget. A 1 in 9 chance of getting flint. A 1 in 33 chance of getting clay. A 1 in 33 chance of getting quartz. A 1 in 40 chance of getting clear quartz. A 1 in 50 chance of getting a sphalerite. 1 in 50 flint arrowhead. 1 in 100 copper arrowhead. 1 in 100 flint spearhead. 1 in 1,000 bony ribcage. 1 in 166.67 getting rusty gear. 1 in 250 copper spearhead. 1 in 250 native gold. 1 in 500 lapis. 1 in 500 metal parts. 1 in 500 metal scraps. 1 in 1250 a bronze armlet. 1 in 2,000 a temporal gear. 1 in 5,000 a cassiterite nugget. 1 in 5,000 for 2 different tuning cylinders. 1 in 10,000 for several expensive clothing items. Bony soil, on the other hand, is much more generous with all of its drops. Okay. So, and I'm not going to read through that, but yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for the stats. In fact, what is very, very clear to me already is that the purported drop rate of gear, 1 in 166.67, is, there's no way that I would have made, 8 gears already or whatever it's been if that was the drop rate. So that's been modified, either by a mod or by the game, I'm not sure. But we're almost done with this batch, so we'll see. Well, what is... Oh yeah, it is gold nugget. So that, again, the drop rate on that is supposed to be 1 in 250. That actually seems plausible. Let's... Yeah, put that on the ground. Can I put these on the ground? No. Alright. Let's finish this up. We should have a little bit more to go. There we go. I think I just made the game stopped auto panning for a second. That's fine. For the record, in bony soil, we would get. Let's see, where's clay? There is no clay. Okay, so we're looking at 1 in 1. Was it 1 in 166 for clay? 1 in 33 actually. So for every 100 pans. And by the way, there's 8 per block, so if we do 8 blocks, that's 64. So every 8 blocks, we should get a clay, basically. Not a great return, but, not as bad as it could be, I guess. I don't know. Okay, and that's it for that. Okay, so we did get the this bronze armlet that's supposed to be very rare. How much? Bronze armlet drops 1 in 1250. Sweet. Okay. So with that, let's go over here and dump that in there. So we have made 6 rusty gears so far, which is way above the rates that are stated on the page. And this can be placed there. And then, yeah, I guess I'll start storing these in here, I guess. And I'll put these back over here, I guess. Problem is, if I step on this soil, it can easily get popped off. So let me just, I'll put it on that one. And that actually gives the bees a little bit of something. Oh yeah, and I can light this. Let's go ahead and light this. This is a little bit, let me get rid of that. I think that's the most vulnerable one. I'll put this over here. Okay, so let me, oh, sweet, hold on. Alright, don't really know what to do with this. I guess I'll place this over here. Alright, I think we can light this safely. And I'm just going to stand here and make sure it doesn't spread to any nearby block. Pit kilns have a tendency to do that. We'll give it a minute though. Okay, so... Oh, and that's weird how that, what I believe to be sand, is lighting up. There looks to be a polar bear over there too. Let's see how... 3 days on the trees. Okay, so that's good to know. By the way, I'm not going to continuously stream this for 3 more in-game days. I'm going to take a break. But this will be episode 1, let's call it. Now, that pit kiln seems to be safe. I'm not sure this one will be if that continues to grow. Alright, so... It's only 10 something in the night. I guess what I should do... I guess I should just take kind of a stab in the dark and start going out to one of these islands. I might as well start building that process. So let's go... I'm looking at this one. I'm not seeing any animals. This one, I think, has wolves. Yeah, I can see them if I turn to the corner. You see that? I see the poor little trader, and he's locked in there by wolves. I don't want to deal with wolves. That one I don't see any animal. I do see a... Looks to be a cattail and possibly a larch tree or something. Maybe a white cypress. And then this one... I think I saw a polar bear over there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see him now, though. And this one... Looks like it has red sand. And that just screams to me like, hey, maybe this isn't the first island you should go to. So I'm going to go to this one. So we're going to just start the path here. Now I will come back and we will do more building of our cradle. But I feel like getting out to the next island is probably more essential than... Ah, shit. See, this is why I need... That's why this... I'll just borrow this. And yeah, by the way, I don't need that for any reason right now, so I'm just going to leave that behind in case I fall. I tell you what, I'm just going to make this last clay into slabs. Oh, shit. I got a little injured on that one. Okay. Well, that's okay. We should heal. Yeah, there we go. So now, can I put the obsidian away? I think I'd rather... I can probably put that on the ground. I don't mind the flint. I don't mind losing the flint so much. Okay. So now that I can see... I'm just gonna sacrifice this one that I misplaced here. Alright. And we got 30 more. So we're going to get, you know, roughly halfway to the island with this particular excursion. And then it's going to get tricky. And by the way, one thing we could do... We could probably make some kind of other block without clay. I mean, we could do dry stone if we had enough clay, or enough of a block to make a full block. We have to... That's one option if we had access to full blocks. We could make stone paths if I was more confident about the unlimited dirt thing. And that does seem like a viable option, by the way. It's just I have so little space already back home that I hate to use up dirt on paths. But it does create blocks that we can use to walk on. But again, the best option, I think, overall is getting to the point where we have a saw. And so I really need to get more grass to grow so I can make my second pit kiln, so I can have ingots. And then we need to start thinking about how to get enough copper for a anvil. And I'm not ruling out the possibility of doing a bronze anvil either. Okay. So that's about halfway. And yeah, I mean, I can clearly see a couple cattails, some sort of tree. It looks like maybe gravel, possibly sand. Either way, a very useful block. So let's head back. And always good to have a nice, successful... non-gravity oriented day in Skyblock. Go ahead and put that back. Alright, actually, let me grab that again. Okay, so that's going fine. It's not burning up anything. Can I do the crucible and one ingot mold by any chance? I just realized how precious these pit kilns are going to be. Can I put that? No. Damn. Okay, so I'm going to have to do those two at the same time and the crucible separately. And that is fine. That is the way it is. Okay. So, one thing I could do is I can come down here to my scaffolding and I could start thinking about what's going on with these blocks. In fact, we could liberate the peridotite as a full block. In fact, we probably should. I need bronze to break that, though. Okay. But I tell you what, we've got a good sense of what we've got protected down here. So let me just explore this from the top side, because I haven't really finished exploring the nature of this island, this floating island. So, without trying to kill myself on the lava, let's just do a quick look down here. And we have tin. Okay, we have bountiful tin. Wow. That makes things a lot easier. We can just go right to bronze. Okay, I wasn't... Let's see, 1, 2 over. So what we need to not do is we need to not harvest this block right here. So that's going to be lava. Unless I'm ready to go with like a... In fact, we might consider... Ooh, hold on. Granite pebbles. Obtained by breaking granite sometimes. That's nice. If I get 4 granite pebbles, I can start doing granite production. Or, you know, granite processing and not just basalt. I think. Well, it may be a limited supply, but it's something. And then I can't get that until I get bronze, but ooh, there's copper. Okay, actually let's forget about this as a pit kiln. We're going to do one at a time anyway, it looks like. So I'll just temporarily place these here. But I'm going to liberate this soil here because I'm going to want this copper. By the way, well, it's probably going to be a while until we get a mining point, so I think we just have to kind of take what we can here. Yeah, but these pebbles are nice. This is a nice benefit. And then we get quartz here. Just need bronze to break. Okay, well that's nice. So let me just finish this up by getting this one. I'll leave the rest for now. I'll get this one. With the understanding that there's a lot more ore down here that we're not going to access at the current time. But this basically alleviates any concern I had for metals. Yeah, it pretty much entirely, honestly. Okay. So, and I've even managed to save 4 more of these dirt blocks, so we're going to put more dirt up here so we can get more potential grass growing. Maybe I'll leave those. Okay. So now, grabbing our hammer, we can take these and crush them down into their component nuggets. And these are all bountiful, right? So we're getting just tons. Okay, so now, yeah, we definitely need this crucible. I need more grass. I think I'm going to just splurge and make a bunch of, well, I'll tell you what, let me, you know, I just realized something. I just realized one thing I could do. So if I break this one first, and this one. Okay, so this is blocking the lava, right? So if I were to go like this, borrow this cobblestone. If I break this, does this pop out? Yes, it does. Okay, but the lava's popping out too. Oh, great. Okay, well, there's something we're gonna have to deal with. Did I get the... Okay, there's the solid block. Now, can I make the... First of all, can I do a quern with that? No. I need to use the granite and stuff for the quern. But I can make... Yeah, here we go. Well, I can make... I need a chisel, but I could make something out of this. Okay. Great, so I'm going to put that in there. And then let's get these in here too. Consolidate those. We'll use all this stuff here. Let me switch this out. I'll put these on the ground over here. Ah, shit. I just ruined another grass piece. Alright, there's those cellarites. Now, I guess I'll use the gold as well. I'll put this over here. So what I was thinking just a moment ago before I got distracted there was, let's make a 17 hours on that. That's a long time. I was going to make a path going this way. But I don't have the resources to do that. I really don't. I mean, I could use some wood. Maybe. Tell you what. Overall, I still think it's a good idea. I just need to... So, like, from a farming standpoint, let's assume there's water here. If I just do a big row of 3, I might have to put water on both sides, but nonetheless, I think that's a viable farm someday. And so I think I'm just going to do this, with the understanding I may have to move it or build a scaffold underneath of it someday. But if this even gives me a handful of grass at some point, I think it's worth doing. Plus, I want to get this out of my inventory before I fall off the edge with it. Plus, it gets me part of the way to that island, too, so I think it's a win-win-win. And the only blocks I'm worried about are the ones on this road that I've trampled over, but the rest of that should turn to grass just fine. And in fact, it might even spawn, you know, an animal, or conceivably even a drifter. We're getting a lag spike here. Cannot believe we're getting lag spikes. It's 1 o'clock in the morning now. Still have no really good way of seeing. Our horsetail seems to be intact. Did we have only 2? Yeah, we did. Because I remember I was thinking, yeah, Beehive's going to get 2 whole flowers. Alright. Yeah, this would be a lot more nice if it was not the middle of the night and we didn't have to wait. You know, we don't have a bed, so we don't have the ability to skip night. Let's grab a berry. Oh, and by the way, I usually play this game with more health. And I think I'm inclined to just administratively up my health a little bit. Because I think the game 15 hit points is ridiculous. World config. And is it player hit points, player health, region speed, player. Let's just look here. Player lives. Player health points, okay. World config player health points. And I'm just going to try 30, see if that... Okay, so I had to restart the server to get that to apply, so we'll get to that at some point. Why is this ripe in 0.6 days, but then it's been over 0.6 days? I just think maybe there's something that the creator of this mod, of this level, did with the, you know, with the timing stuff. It makes it just kind of slower or something. I'm not really sure. But I guess my best option for continuing to prosper here is to use more panning or digging cobblestone, one of the two. Oh, and it did finally get rid of that. Okay, so I guess, yeah, there was like a little leftover lava. It turned into this stone, which is good. So again, I'm very tempted to go ahead and try this again, because at the very least I'm getting blocks, and it seems more efficient that way. So that's that. Yeah, just this one now. And I'll go ahead and step off of the lava zone there. Did we get one? Hard to say, really. We're definitely getting like rock, like organic rock form. Oh, actually, the lava did dissipate. Okay, I didn't realize that. It just dissipates. Okay, that's fine. Did we get... Yeah, we got the whole rock there. So yeah, if I just repeat this, every time I do this, I'm gonna get a few basalt rocks. I'm gonna get a whole solid one, which is in and of itself useful, and then I'm going to possibly generate even secondary lava shit down here. Maybe. That time it didn't. But that's fine. I mean, you can't win them all. And it looks like the lava basically just doesn't like to destroy basalt rock, which kind of makes sense, actually. So, yeah, and every time I, like... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, every time I do that, I get a basalt pebble, but that's not true. That's just from before. Alright, so we'll go one more. And the water pushes these to the edge of the block, but it doesn't like to push it directly off the block. That's interesting, too. There's so much about the mechanics of this game I'm learning from this Skyblock experience. I find it very rewarding, actually. Okay, so one thing I could do that I've just noticed, we can go ahead and maybe replace these soils with... We'll just do that. And that way we can even go over here and start... Oh, shit! Oh, my God. That one... I would have died if I didn't have this scaffolding. That one made my heart rush. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to put that there. See if I can get some more grass growing up here. Alright. Good. So... let's do this a couple more times. Good result there. Good. Really playing with, you know, I was going to say fire, but it's lava. It's really more accurate. So it's the same pattern each time, so I can actually go ahead and maybe do this a couple times and see if it works multiple times in a row without pausing like I usually do to collect. And see what we get. See if that water moves these resources further. See, it just does, it moves it only in the direction the water's flowing, not laterally in the direction of the object's momentum, if that makes sense. Which means that it's going to accumulate down at the bottom of that staircase. It might eventually fall off that direction laterally, but it's not going to fall off sort of casually off to the side, it would appear. In any event... maybe a little bit might have fallen off, but... And we did not get the solid rock. So we did... It seems like we maybe lost some solid rock. It's also possible the solid rock got kicked elsewhere. Let's just see what happens this time. I'm going to try to follow the solid rock popping off. Okay, it's over there. So there's a bit of luck to the direction it pops off. Okay. So yeah, the lava does dissipate. It just takes a minute. That's just the particle effect that we're standing on now. Alright, so good stuff. Interesting stuff. And then the next thing we got to do, especially now, is go and pulverize this. And then we can just create a boatload of gravel. We'll use the auto sift mod to our advantage here. And we'll start getting resources from here. That's a mistake. Hold on. You have to have an air block above the gravel for it to be pannable. I think that still works, though, because I'll eventually get that exposed again. Okay, so that should be a good enough setup. And then for this, let's just... I'm all about the idea of replacing dirt with non-dirt blocks. And in fact, let's go even deeper. because then we can get the dirt blocks spread out more and more and more until we're eventually just flooded with grass. I didn't realize, I underestimated the need to preserve grass and dirt, but that's okay. Alright, I'm just gonna put that there. We'll get this one and we'll put that there. And actually, I don't really need to fill this in, do I? So let me just come over here. And start plugging some of these in here. And the problem, of course, I'm stepping on the dirt all the while I'm replenishing it. So it's an imperfect scheme, but I think overall it's good. It's a good plan. Okay, so let's go ahead and pan. 8 days on those berry bushes at this point. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop the stream. It's been 2 hours. What I'll do off stream before the next episode, oh, there's clay, is I will accumulate resources and make my best position possible here on this island and build the cradle, the sort of underlying undergirdle of my island up, and I will build, I might work on the paths to the islands, but what I won't do is I won't go to the islands. So basically it's just going to be resource accumulation, for lack of a better term. And then I'll do another episode once I feel like I've got enough resources to make a next move. But this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this series. If you've been watching, thank you so much. We'll pick it up here next time on Let's Play Vintage Story Skyblock.